Hey everybody, it's me. How y'all doing? It's Carly again from Archer Adventures. Welcome back to another video. And today I just woke up with a bright idea to share travel tips. Like if you get okay, so I could hear myself. It might be a little bit windy, but we're gonna work through it. I think you can still hear me. I'll just cut it up. I give you subtitles. That's good too. So yeah, back to the travel tips. Like if you get anxious, if it's your first time flying international, or first time at the airport, first time domestic, but definitely international, because there's some stuff that'll come up that we never think about that stuff, right? Never think about it. So I got my notes right here if you see me looking down. Yeah, everything just came to me this morning, so it's as complete as it's about to be for right now. I'm not a super seasoned traveler, but it's been a long year of traveling, so I think I figured out a lot of things, trial and error. A lot of trial and error. So for my first thing, also, I know, of course you can Google all this stuff and everything. Like I Google stuff or from firsthand experience, like from when I first started, but it's nothing like hearing it from somebody that, you can see somebody that, well, I hope you trust me with your travel. Somebody that you will trust. And oh my God, excuse my voice. I don't know what happened. I be laughing a lot, screaming because I'm so excited about everything. But yes. So first tip, and the first half of this is going to be from what you need to worry about before you even leave the house, before you even think about booking your Uber to go to the airport first. And really at least 3 days before, because sometimes what you need, what you missing, it might take 2 to 3 business days. Don't let it be a weekend, okay? So before you leave your house, check your email for any changes or updates. The airline, of course, they're not calling you, or even if you book through third party, whatever it may be, they're not calling you about no changes. So if anything, they'll email you, and hopefully the email didn't go to the spam folder. You never know. So definitely they'll give you itinerary changes, even if it's just like an hour bump. Like, okay, they bump your flight an hour up, or they bump your flight an hour back. Check it. That's common sense. But I know getting ready for trips, like you be all over the place. So I need this outfit, hair gotta be done, nails gotta be done. For the guys, gotta get your hair cut. Gotta make sure everything together. I don't know what y'all do. But yeah, other than that, reread the email. Like if you have booked multiple trips within the past 3 months, you book ahead of time. So when it comes down to it, okay, now, all right, you finally making it to the trip that, okay, there's time for it, but you booked that, let's say 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. Reread the email, reread the policy, see if it's non-refundable, see if there's a change fee if anything happens. Don't be surprised, or try not to miss it, of course. Always try not to miss it, but at least on the way there, if you do have it, something does happen, then what you can do. Oh my God, it's bees. I forgot they like color and stuff. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah. Even if you're doing multiple cities in one trip, if you're going to Portugal and then you're going to Istanbul, check it, because you can book different airlines, different classes, everything. Reread the policy. So next, I guess it's the third one. Reread again. Reading, very, very fundamental. Reread your invoice and your email receipt, all that stuff, to make sure everything is selected how you want to, because maybe you thought that you selected a seat, but looking back at that ticket, you forgot it. And now you're in the aisle for 10 hours. Sucks to be you, right? Okay, somebody got a charger. I don't know. That's what the sound is. I'm at the park, clearly. But yeah, another thing, like with rereading that thing for like your selections, your specific selections. Like, did you already pay for your bags? Don't get up there and try to repay, because who knows, the system might accept it. I'm not sure. Are there any extra charges for your carry-on? I know some airlines, most airlines, it's not a charge, but you know, like Spirit, Frontier, you end up paying like the price of a full bag, and at that point, you could have just booked it simply where everything was included. Also, how much are the bags if you purchase it online ahead of time versus at the counter? It could be a big discount, like $20 online, $50 at the counter. So if you have the opportunity to still go back into your ticket and change it up, definitely do that. And next, check for your airline's location at the airport. So, for example, I had an international flight with Frontier. Now, Atlanta Airport, common sense told me it's international flight. It's at international, right? No. I didn't read, did I? I found out that morning, early in the morning, that, yeah, you're not supposed to be at international. All their flights pretty much leave, I think all their flights leave from their terminal in domestic. So we had to ride all the way back. I was already late. See, it's a problem, right? Big problem. Make sure you see where that terminal is. And yes, what's next? Always check your gate number. Not gate number. Always check your terminal before leaving the house, so that way you can tell your Uber driver, your friend, your family member, so they know where to go. You don't want any mistakes, because anything could happen. Who knows how the traffic is? It could be so random, like in your city that day, that, or I don't know, especially Atlanta, you could be stuck on 85, stuck on 285, trying to get down there, and you've been in traffic for an hour. Like, literally, I've sat for an hour, a few minutes away from my house. But also, another big thing, like sometimes you be so busy with packing, so busy, like, okay, you finally got your hair done, you're able to get to the house, and you eat, you pack, this and that, and then you got, or you think you got 5 hours, or you think you have 6 hours, even 10, before your flight. But what really happens is you be so all over the place. Your math, it don't math. You might think, okay, I need to be at the airport. You start doing the numbers. I need to be at the airport at 5. The flight leaves at 7. Okay, so in your mind, you getting ready, like, all right, you try to tell yourself, I'm gonna leave the house at 5 o'clock. No, remember, just that fast how it can go when you're all over the place, that you need to be there at 5, not leaving your house at 5. See how easily this is construed in your own mind, because the wheels are turning. You got a lot going on, a lot to think about. And always arrive. I know I'm gonna sound like one of them people, type A, but you need to arrive 2 to 3 hours ahead of time, seriously, because especially with international, you do not know what the rules are. Now, I believe listed on most airports' websites, it tells you that you have to check in at least 1 hour before international flights. In domestic, I believe it's 45. But I came into a little situation where I did get there like right at an hour mark, and the airline told me, this was out of the country, the airline told me that the flight was already closed. Like, what? International flight? Like, I need to get home immediately. But of course, on their website, their policy says like check in maybe 2 to 3 hours before. I think they did even have it listed as an hour for international, but still, like, I was kind of right at that mark, so they had already closed it. So you don't want that to happen. You really don't want that to happen. And let's see what else. Yeah, they might be able to do it. They really might be able to get you in if you walk in right at the mark. But what if they already sent the bags off? If they already sent the bags off, are you going to carry it with you on the plane? If you have a carry-on, you might get lucky. But big bags, they might be like, we can't check in. And that's the same exact thing that happened with Cheryl Lee Ralph when she made that video and went viral talking about, like, oh, Delta, I check in at this time all the time, all this and that. But it didn't happen that day, sadly. But yeah, definitely, like, I know with my situation, it was in Cali, Colombia, but I feel like it was because I was trying to come from an international place to home, not leaving home and going to an international spot, because I think the way we do things here is just a little bit different. Also, yeah, you don't want to miss that flight. I ended up with my flight, I had to wait 4 hours until, like, 4 hours after my original flight time to be able to check into, to like change everything and possibly like pay a change fee or pay whatever fee so I can come home. 4 hours after sitting at the airport. It wasn't like, in Cali, Colombia, there's nothing right by the airport. So I just ended up having to get a hotel and book. But also, it's because I feel like that happened like that, the 4-hour thing. It had to be a system thing, and that there are only a few agents sometimes in small airports like that. Small airports, they may be the ones checking you in, and you see them at the gate when they're ready for you to like scan your passport and all this and that, or whatever attendant duties they have. Those are the same people, so they can't stand up there checking people in all day. Another one, always check and double check for your documents before you leave the house. Please avoid rushing, especially these international ones. Okay, it's probably windy. I hope it's not too windy. But please check for your documents. You think you put it somewhere, you put it somewhere else. Look again. You're able to check in like at least 24 hours before your flight, right? At least. So try to do that early. And yeah, there is a time limit for checking in online through the app or online. Yeah, there's a time limit. It'll cut it. I think I've tried to check in online like while I was in an Uber, because I was like, I don't know, I don't have time. When I get in there, I don't think I'm gonna have time. It all worked out, but still, so or if you don't know, you can add your boarding pass to your phone's wallet, whether you got an iPhone, whatever. I know Google has a wallet. No matter what, you should be able to do it. It's 2022. Okay. If international, make sure you have all of your required vaccinations, proof of the vaccination, the proper type of proof. Don't take a picture. They might need the actual card. And it might need to be a certain official color, like that yellow. Make sure you got the yellow. Everybody's speeding through the park today on motorbikes. But your visas, in the copy of the visa, just in case, like when you get to your destination, that you don't have internet yet. How are you going to show it to anybody? Make sure you have the paper copy. And make sure to see if you need to fill out the immigration form before you get there. Like for Mexico, at least I know for Mexico, they give it to you on the plane, easy, just sign up. And actually, always make sure I got a pen at this point, because I hate asking people for their pens. Hey, I like to just be like, okay, they hand it to you. I'm prepared, okay? I'm signing away. You waiting for me to possibly give you mine. No, it's not that big a deal. Of course, I love this shit. But yeah. Yeah, for Colombia, that was my first time seeing that you can fill out the form online. So, and that's for entering and exiting Colombia. Who's gonna stop you? I think they did stop me when I left Colombia to check me out. Make sure you get that filled out. But it's easy, it's free, nothing hard. Just a little information. And next, if you're wondering about if you need a visa for layovers, like it's not a silly question. I asked the same question. You most likely won't need a visa for a layover inside the airport. But if you have a long one, or you particularly booked to have like a super long layover and like go explore a little bit, then come back, something like that, a little in between trip, then okay, yeah, you might need something that's called a transit visa. It might be free, it might cost $25, it might cost $50 or $100, but just know before you get there, don't be like, if you really budgeted, don't be sitting at the airport sad or like missing your booked hotel because you don't have the extra money to pay for that visa. So yeah, that's even if it's for a few hours. Even if it's just for a few hours, you're in a new country, you gotta get checked in. And another thing, next thing, if you are a digital nomad or traveling for work, domestic, I'm not sure, but definitely I think I've looked this up for international, or heard about it, read about it, Reddit, or like literally like Reddit, the website. There's a such thing as having too many electronics when you're traveling. You don't want to have to pay some sort of customs fee for bringing in too many things. And you honestly just might get questioned. Like, even with my few things, I usually just carry like my work laptop, my iPad, and like another monitor, so that way I can work easier, more comfortably. I got questioned at least a few times, or people thinking that the monitor was a computer. I think I had to even look up the name of what I bought. I don't think I had to show a receipt, but look up the name of the monitor so they know like what it is. They just doing their job, making sure nobody crazy coming in. So you don't want to pay no big fees. Like, you can, like, if your item is cheap, it might be better for you to just throw it away. Because I don't know how much the fees cost, but I remember reading that it wasn't anything for the low. Nothing for the low. And so random and not so random, do not forget your snacks. Everybody get hungry, especially me. So I know you do too. You can definitely bring food to the airport. Remember, nothing is a silly question. But of course, to get it in your carry-on, you can only have like liquids that are under like 3.4 ounces or under. So something that I discovered is like the perfect little snack. So I'm not eating like chips and candy or even dry fruit, because it's really high in sugar, really high in sugar. Like, I found that you can just buy the little pouches, like baby snacks or just kid snacks. Often they have more nutrients, or you can get like even the adult kind where they'll probably make it more green. Usually it's more palatable for kids. But if you're worried about your nutrition, worried about your health, and if you have a strict dietary regimen or condition, whatever it may be, you can bring something like that in. If you're allergic to apples, I'm so sorry for you, because most of them I think are based with apple, like applesauce. Also, again, on the dietary restrictions, if you want a long flight, like 10 hours, I think even 6 hours, the international airlines, they spoil you a little bit. They really do. Like, you could have maybe 4-hour flight. You're getting a meal. You're getting a meal. So 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. You're probably going to eat once or twice. You want to make sure that they have food for you. Make sure they got a snack for you. You don't want them to come around with the meatloaf and it has breadcrumbs in it. Now it's not gluten free. What you gonna do? Even the potatoes, are they boxed? You have to ask these things. Well, they know. They probably not gonna tell you it's boxed, but stuff like that, it might end up with some type of gluten in it. Never know. Oh yeah, and also you don't want the BGs on the flight in the porta potty. You don't want that. Nobody else on the flight wants that. And you don't want to have an allergic reaction. What if there's no doctor on the plane? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna pray for you. Yeah, I'll put the request in. So now all of this is before you even get to the airport. I'm gonna just stop it right here and cut it in for part 2. Okay, so now you finally made it to the airport. I had to cut it because these motorbikes, 4-wheeler, I don't know. But you made it to the airport. You got everything you need. You're prepared. You're ready. You're ready. You made it in one piece. This is the first part. This is the most important part. You're there. So now you can relax a little bit. But again, like if it's your first time and you're like a little disoriented or you're just not sure where to go, what to do, like me traveling for the first time, I went with my best friend and she had already been places. So I'm the one that's confused. Like I'm following her. Like what? I don't know anything. I'm just doing what you do, honestly. So going on my first time, like, all right, I got a little bit of, I'm not super brand new, but still, I'm not like leading myself. I wasn't exactly ready, but you get accustomed to it over time. So you get to your terminal, get to your airline, like find your airline listed up on the screens. Don't forget to join the priority line if you pay for that, or if whoever bought you a ticket paid for it, if you are a member, all that good stuff. And make sure you read the signs to see if your airline, make sure to see if your airline has a lane for if you've already checked in online. Don't stand in line and then they be like, okay, well, you could have just came over here. We would have got you checked in, nothing, just drop the bag off. It usually says baggage drop. Or you could do self-service. I know Delta got them. Who else got them? I'm sure a lot of people do. Spirit too. Do self-service. You print your baggage tag, print your boarding pass. Like if there's any fees, pay them right there. All you have to do is get in the line and drop your bag. That's it. Or there may be another way that you drop your bag. Maybe somebody takes it. Gotta recheck that one. But even if you do, like something goes wrong at the self-service, don't worry. They usually have attendants, and all you have to do is get in the line. Like, remember, you already early. The people get paid to help you. Don't worry about asking for help. It's not a problem. And next, you're on your way to security. You're on your way to TSA. Now, I know you remember that Richie Coombs. I love mentioning that TikTok where you see him being like, all right, everybody in line, like, what are you talking for? You need to take it off. Like, take it off. Just take everything off. That's what TSA say. Like, you get up there, you start taking off stuff you don't even have to take off because and remember to pack your socks and your carry-on if you're not already wearing them. Sneakers are the most comfortable thing. If it's a short flight, hour flight, you wear sandals, whatever, so you might forget socks. I always put mine in because you don't want your feet on the ground, on the TSA ground with everybody and their mama. Everybody and their mama. Who knows where they have walked? They might have stepped in dog poop that morning. And now you stepping in it. And now you sick on vacation. All because you didn't put the socks in your bag. Put the socks in your bag, okay? What else I got on the list? Yeah, I will just say the TSA thing, That's probably the scariest part about all of it, because you have to stand there, people looking at you, take everything out your bag, and you feel like you're moving so slow, feel like you're moving in slow motion, taking the stuff out and putting it back in. But I swear, look, I probably be moving like this. Probably do, but of course it feels like a long time. And next, once you get through there, just check through, check and see if there's a map. Well, first you're gonna walk through and be astounded at your airport's amazing terminals. Like their first terminal, of course, it's the prettiest one. You're gonna be astounded, but then you're gonna look for a map and see where yours is if nobody directed you there, if you don't see signs exactly. And I'm saying check the map because you don't want to go the wrong way and you're late. So now you gotta walk 15 minutes another way. And if you already ate all your snacks on the way there, then you want to look for some food in every little concourse. Yeah, every little concourse. I've been missing that word. Every concourse has different food, or some may have similar restaurants there. So if you specifically want Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A might not be at yours. You heard about it being at the airport, but it's not at yours. So yeah, make sure if it's along the way, at least you know where to stop, or if you need to go that way, then go back that way to go where you need to go. You already know. You ahead of the game. And yeah, even for bathrooms, if you want to check if that's a thing for you, sometimes you notice that your concourse and gate is way down at a whole other side, especially the Atlanta airport. Be on a whole other side. And now every time remember, you're early, you're eating, you're drinking. Now every time you have to use the bathroom, you've already walked all the way down to the end, and you have to get up and walk 3 to 5 minutes to the next one. Well, it'll feel like 3 minutes if you have a heavy bag, but it may not be that long. I doubt the designers would do us that bad, really. But another thing is the water station. Yeah, they may have a water station, they may not. So don't forget your water bottle. Just random. Oh yeah, and back to the back and forth, walking here, walking there, having to use the bathroom, or just whatever else. Every time you move, your bag is attached to you, unless you have a friend that can watch it for you. Because what you don't want is to ask a stranger to watch your bag. What if they report you to the airport for thinking you a terrorist, for leaving, being can you watch my bag for me? And then they skedaddle. People are so crazy. It could be a bomb. I don't even know if I could say that on YouTube. B-O-M-B. Could be a B-O-M-B. Okay? And of course, people steal. It might be a nice old lady. Somebody being yeah, I'll watch it for you. No problem. Not a big deal. Now you get to your destination and your fast charger is gone. You slow charge it all trip. That's the worst way. Or even people steal the smallest things. It could be your battery, your power bank. Now you out of a power bank. That was your lifeline. I know that's my lifeline on vacation. Another one. Don't forget, it's not all a rush. I'm supposed to be helping you relax a little bit. You can hang out and you can explore a little. Just remember, check your boarding pass for the boarding time. You don't want to be out enjoying your nice. I had a nice burger in Medellin airport. Yeah, that was the one. I was over there enjoying it, but my flight was already delayed. But they could have called it at any time. I was like, I've been sitting down too long. Gotta run and check. Now, of course, it ended up still being even later. But the announcements, if you're in a foreign country, they might not be, English speaking, or they may not even throw English on as their, dual announcement to cater to whoever else that does speak their language. So you need to be at that gate. Make sure you're at that gate. You don't want to miss it. the changes. They could put you at a whole different gateway. I know Panama Airport, that's a walk. Like, it's really a good walk. This is the first I think I've ever walked at any airport. I don't know if y'all can hear the music, but it's going. Okay, but I'm almost done. I'm almost done with all the tips here. I think I probably got a couple left. At the gate, you snooze, you lose. Closed mouths don't get fed. One thing you can do is ask. Oh, this is a flag. Grow in Augusta. Follow them on Facebook if you love agriculture, agritourism. That might be my thumbnail. Okay, yeah. Make sure you ask for that upgrade. I mean, it might work out for you. It might not, but yeah, closed mouths don't get fed. And after that, you did it. You free. You made it. You on the way. All you have to worry about now is when you gonna fall asleep on the plane. What you got to listen to? What you gonna read? Relax. Enjoy. Like, you are now on vacation. As soon as they say, all right, you can now lay your seat back. We're done with takeoff procedures. You can cut whatever on. You can plug your charger up. You good to go. Enjoy your trip. And that's how I'm gonna end it right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the tips. If you got any more questions, or if it's something that I missed or misconstrued, let me know. Correct me, because I don't like giving out bad info. Okay? All right. Bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.